Well, here we are. Tainted Grail, the all-in with all of the gubbins like metal coins and the extra King Arthur, even though I bought the resin one already as well. This is a big box, as you can see, so I'm going to move it a little bit over the bench and we'll do a quick unboxing. I'm not going to go into detail this time, I don't think. I'm just going to make sure that everything is okay, that I've got no damages and nothing missing. And I thought I'd film as well, just show you what it's like, what it's got in it, because I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So let's get the camera pointed down and we will have a look and see what's in the box. So, cup of tea's on hand, and nearly finished as it happens. This isn't going to be in any particular order. It's certainly not in the order that they packed it, because I've been through and just checked all the boxes. So it's going to be first come, first served. First thing is a nice letter saying, "Dear backer, incredibly excited to present you Tainted Grail," which is really nice. And it tells us about the extras. And then it also has some information about broken and damages and what have you, and how to contact them, which is pretty cool. And it comes in a very nice envelope with a little Tainted Grail seal. So that's that. We then have one of the kind of surprises, which is a bit pointless because I believe that this Kickstarter has been and gone. I think this might even have been the first one that ran directly on GameFound, and I didn't back it. But I've got a book about it, so whatever. I'm not going to take it out of its shrink wrap. I will have a look at that another time. The other super exclusive kind of like surprise box, that's what it came in, is the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon Almanac of Avalon. And yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, one of the things, I was saying this to Angela yesterday when I've received this and had a quick look through it, the quality of the artwork and the production quality of this. I mean, I've not looked at the minis yet, obviously, but it's just beautiful. I mean, it's stunning. You'd enjoy this anyway. There's some beautiful sketches of their development and information about certain locations, which maybe we'll find as we're playing it. The Alder Tree, arcane accessories. Yeah, it's beautiful. Slough, a wall of cursed souls rolling through the land like a sea wave. And I can tell you what, yes, it smells divine. So there we are. So sorry if that's a spoiler for your surprise box. Huge apologies. I'm a bad person, I should have warned you. So let's have a look. What do we have? We have the King Arthur collectible model, which is squashed in very, very tightly into this foam. So tightly that it's hard to pull it out without damaging the box yourself. So, made in China. So this is a plastic kit that looks like that. And as I said, I've got the resin one as well, so I'll be looking forward to putting both of those together. I'm not sure why I bought both, but like I say, I'm just a bit of a completionist, what can I say? So I will open that in another video. We'll have a look at that in detail in another video. But now we're going to start to get into things which are actually relatively interesting and important for the game. The first of which is the metal coins. Now, I went for these because I read that they actually make a bit of a difference in that they're weightier and so they work better and are more satisfying to flip. And I'm actually very pleased I went for them. They look absolutely beautiful, that kind of distressed bronze look. They were very nice. Let me get them out of the plastic, and then you can have a proper look at that. You can see that like nice patina of age it's got. Yeah, that's very nice. So I did go for the metal coins. So there's those. We also have a notepad with some cool artwork in it already, and I believe that this is the journal. So if you want to make notes while you're playing, you can use that, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure that I will, but it's nice to have it. And then we have the Tainted Grail album, which is pictures, I believe, of from within the game. So I will open this one. Grumbles about single-use plastic. Yuck. Right, put that over there. Let's have a look. Let's give it a good sniff. There's going to be multiple book sniffs in this video. Oh, that smells great. Wow. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful illustrations. It's just art. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Not that you can see because of the reflection. It's very shiny. Isn't that beautiful dark artwork? Absolutely lovely. So I will flick through that properly. I may do a per component video, I'm not sure, see how much time I get. But certainly you can see that that is a beautiful book, and I am a sucker for books. So what have we got here? We have Tainted Grail Companions. So let's see what's inside this. Okay, so I've got that open. You can see it's actually 4 miniatures, and I did, this was kind of accidental as well, I did go for sun drop, and I'm actually quite pleased because it means that I'm not going to feel massive pressure to paint these. My mountain of opportunity is huge, so not having to paint is not the worst thing in the world. Let me get a little bit more light on the subject so those come out a little bit better. And there we are, it's a bit better with a bit more light on the subject. So you can see these are, it says on the side, a feral cat, a lucky piglet, an old crow and a mysterious badger. A game that has a mysterious badger in it must be a good game. Let's have a look at the mysterious badger. That is cool. And like I said, I went for sun drop. I'm not sure why I did. I think you can paint over the top of these, which I may end up doing, but probably won't, just because of the sheer quantity of other things I have that I have to paint. So that is the Companions box. I'll pop that away and let's see what else there is. So next up we have Echoes of the Past. And I've already removed the single-use plastic. So let's have a look and see what's inside this box. As I've said, this is not going to be in any particular order. I believe this is quite late in the game. So we have a booklet. We have some player sheets, and we have some cards, and that's all there is in here. Self-hate. There we are, file. So that is an expansion, I believe. I'm not totally sure. I need to remind myself about this game, but I believe this is a Echoes of the Past expands all 3 Tainted Grail campaigns by adding personal stories and unique memories dedicated to each of the 13 playable characters. That's it. So gather individual achievements and unlock short, interesting memories that will change the way you look at your character. So yes, this is a real add-on. It actually adjusts and adds on to the top of all of the campaigns, which is pretty cool. So it's not actually a third campaign; it's something which improves all of the campaigns, which is cool. So you've got Bayor, Arev, Maggot. I presume that you've got more than one of these. There's Bayor. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, right, I'll pop that away and we'll pick the next box. So now we begin at the beginning, halfway through the video. This is the core box. So again, got rid of the single-use plastic already. So let's take that off and see what we see. Silica gel, throw away, do not eat. Okay, that'll get binned. We have the Start Here. Now I've heard some very good things about this Start Here guide and how well it guides you through and gets you going on the game. So I'll be wanting to watch that. Then we have the rule book. I've heard some iffy things about the rule book, and I can see immediately, you can see it's creased. That's possibly not going to survive very well. And it's also large, it's a bit of an odd shape. Then we have the exploration journal. Now that's nice, it's actually wrapped in cardboard here. We've got a cardboard kind of like sleeve to protect it. So we'll get into that. And then we have our letters. And we have Neve. There we are. Which is loose. Have some save sheets. And then on top of that, this is all oh, that's on top, apologies. So we have like a lid that pulls off. Let's pull that off. And on top of that, we've got the player dashboards, which are taped in, I think. They're not coming out. Oh no, they're just a bit stiff. So these are double depth. I'm not going to strip them open right now, but they're double depth so that things can sit inside, which I always like. Unbroken is like that. It makes it so much nicer to work with when things aren't going to slip around. I think it's a really, really good thing for people to try to do when they're doing games, is double up like that, so that you have a easier playing time. And then we have the miniatures. Very nice. These I probably will paint because I think they need to be a bit more poppy than they are. And then these are the plastic tokens. As I say, I got the metal ones, so I don't need to worry about them. And we've got some spare baggies, whatever that's for. Dice are rolling around loose a little bit. I presume that they're supposed to go there. We have the trackers. So these are the trackers and health bar trackers. We have more spare baggies, all the baggies in the world. I think they're probably for saving games, to be honest, so you can save. And then we've got a load of cards. So this says open and play, do not shuffle this card pack. That is how you start the game. So when I start to play, that is what I'll be using. And then we've got some more diplomacy cards. We have some more silica gel to throw away. We have all the cards in the world. So this is the map. So the way this works, if you don't know about Tainted Grail, is that you place cards down on the table and they have numbers, and then you can navigate from left to right, whatever you're up and north and south. You can't go diagonally, I don't think, ever. You can only go cardinally. Is that the right? If some mathematician wants to shout at me and tell me I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then there's flavour text on the back. Now these are a little bit kind of like warped, but maybe I'll be able to fix that. Here we have tokens for health and various other things. Here we have even more cards. Good weather, so these are event cards. Let's say looks like combat as well. Yes, got that right, combat. Advancement pool. Diplomacy cards. You are going insane cards. Yeah, I will, as I said, I will do a really detailed dig into this, but once I've actually know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go and on that. I just want to have a look at what's in the box at the moment. But I will come to this with more detail as and when I know more myself. So what do we have here? We have the heroes. They are very tight in, actually. I am actually a little nervous of breaking them to get them out of there. Wow. One second, let me try to extract this without breaking the miniatures. So he came out okay, but the others are very, very tight indeed. I think Neve looks like she'll move, right? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it was a bit of a mistake in one sense going for Sundrop. I'm not sure that I would, if I had my time back, I'd spend that money. Managed to get her out. Because I would very much like to paint these. I think they probably look really cool. They're pretty nice miniatures, actually. I've seen some people complaining, but for me, they're okay. There's a little bit of a mould line. But for a board game, that's pretty good. I mean, in one sense as well, it's good that they slot in tightly into their pots, but particularly Bayor, I'm worried about breaking. Cool, I managed to get him out. That was tight. There we are. He's probably the one I'm going to play. We shall see. So that's cool. I don't know if there's anything underneath this tray, so what I'm going to do is lift it up and we'll find out. Nope, there is nothing underneath the tray. So that's the core box. That's pretty cool. What I will do now is I will put it away and I'll call you back with the next box. The next box that I've pulled out randomly is the Monsters of Avalon, Past and Future. Now, the miniatures are one of the things that I really wanted about this game, so I'm quite interested to see how they look. I'll say again, I accidentally did the Sundrop thing, but I'm actually not all that disappointed because they look great. People have complained, but I can't see anything yet. Look at the detail on the feathers on that, how it's drawn out, how it's brought out just by the simple wash that's been applied. That's awesome. Beautiful. It's crazy. It's crazy detail. Got this knight down here, this hell knight, and he's got this bizarre feathered creature that he's holding with a, he's got like a face mask on, he's got like a reins. That's awesome. I mean, I'd love to paint that as well. We'll see, we'll see. If I do, it'll be on the channel, you can be sure of that, because that is a beautiful job. And then we have, oh, we have some slight movements got on in here. It has travelled many thousands of miles. Can't see any damage. Good. So let's pull some of these out. Huh. Look at that, twisted. His neck comes all the way around to here. Oh, and we've got some humans here that are tied to stakes. That's terrifying. This is one that I remember from the campaign, and actually one of the reasons why I went for the monsters, because that is a creature of nightmare, got a skull, like a goat's skull, and some woman sat on the top, but she's obviously a ghoul of some sort. Just beautiful. Such great creativity. And then in the box on the top we have even more. These are slightly smaller but slightly more interesting. Got a person with a kind of a signpost. Yeah. The killing tree. These are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if the Pledge Manager is going to reopen, but I may be tempted to get the buy the non Sundrop as well. Right, I'm going to pop that box away and pull another box. We still have quite a lot to do. Now we've reached the stretch goals, and this, I just want to say for a second, this is my favourite box of all of them so far. It's beautiful, that lovely, there's the Tainted Grail. It's just minimalist. The others are beautiful, but there's a lot going on. This is just, here's Tainted Grail, nothing else. I really, really like the art on that box. So let's have a see what's inside this. We have more save sheets. We have more letters, which is cool. We have more silica gel. We have the cards, the character cards. Another exploration journal, which I won't open, and another exploration journal. So these must be Age of Legends and The Last Night. So these are the two different campaigns that you have, because there's 3 campaigns in this in total. We have more location cards, and Age of Legends help card, and the Last Night help card. So these are the locations for the other 2 campaigns. We have more encounter cards, obviously loads of those in the core box. We have more event cards and more silica gel. More encounter cards. Wow, I mean that just shows just how much you're going to have replayability with all those. The pack donkey, so these are more character cards. We have chapter 1 setup, and yeah, so we've got all the setup cards there. So I will, like I said before, I'm not going to open these card decks until I need to, and what I'll do is I'll go through, when I start playing this, I'll have a couple of games, and then I'll come back and tell you what everything is and how it looks. Though of course there are 100 of other channels that have done that, but it'll be interesting for me as well. It'll be a good learning process. And then we have the expansion miniatures, and the one that I'm most interested in was the pack donkey. I mean, look at that, isn't that cool? And again, yes, they're beautiful quality. I don't know, people have complained, but I cannot see a single thing to complain about with any of the miniatures I've seen so far. Let's hope that that continues. So that there is the extras, is the stretch goals. We've got 9 miniatures, a whole host of don't even know how many hundreds of cards there, and obviously the 2 full extra exploration journals for the extra scenarios. So I'll pop that away, and then we'll pick another box. So next up we have the Monsters of Avalon box. So I believe that this is purely sugar, so you don't need this to play the game, this box, but it does add a little bit more kind of like interest to the table, and anyway, as you know, I love miniatures. So let's try and get this box open. This is the hardest box so far for me to open. There we are, we managed it. So we have, again, the picture. I should have said that all of them come with a picture of where the miniature sits in the box, which is a really nice touch, I think. Some other companies could do well to do that. People trust your memory very much sometimes. So let's get the plastic box off the top of this and have a look at these. Again, they're quite tight in. They almost kind of like click out, which is a bit nervy really, but great quality. Again, that's a snake that's coiling round some wood. The one problem with having done the sun drop, and it is beautiful and it is going to make them look nicer on the table, is everything's the same colour. So here you could potentially have like a really bright purpley scary snake going over an old wood, but it's all the same, so it's hard to pick out between different elements on the miniature. Having said that, it does mean that they look nice and you don't have to paint them. If you're not a good painter, I would say it's a really good idea, and if you're like me and you just have too much, then it's also a really good idea. Now, one of the issues here is trying to make sure that you don't break them. As I've said, they go in very tightly and it's not always immediately apparent what way round they're going to go, so I pulled that out. Let me see which way round does it go. It goes, this is real life, live confusion going on here. I think it must go that way. I'm going to have to play around with that off camera because I don't want to break it, but I do want to put it away correctly. Actually, maybe it just goes in like that. I'm being an idiot. It goes in like that, doesn't it? There we are. So there we are, we got it. So the little twiggy things go to the top right. Anyway, terrible YouTube that, but sorry. These are beautiful. Yeah, I can't see a problem. People have complained, like I've said a few times, but I can't see anything wrong with these miniatures. They're not Forge World, but I'm not expecting Forge World, and nothing so far has said to me, that's rubbish. I mean, look at that. Little baby, faceless horror. All the skulls and the skeletons on the back. Yeah, beautiful. A dire crow with it's been stabbed, but it doesn't seem to care. Actually, those swords are going into it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, happy with that. Right, so that is the Monsters of Avalon. Like I say, these are just cards, I think, and you don't have to have this, but of course, if you are like me and you like the extra interest that comes with having miniatures, then this is going to help. Now, this is another one that I really want to paint, actually. I can't remember what it's called, but that is an absolutely beautiful model. Detailed as anything. Look at that. You can see all the details, a little like stippling on the top of his head. You've got like the down here. You've got little warts on his skin. All the scales and the scales on her, right down to her arms. Yeah, that is an absolutely beautifully detailed model. Anyone complaining about these? What are you on about? They're great. Right, let's put this away and I'll pick the next box. So again, this is another one which you absolutely don't need to play the game. This is the Mounted Heroes box, which again just adds that flavour. When your heroes are mounted, you have a miniature to represent them being mounted, rather than just having to imagine it and using the normal ones. So again, the pictures showing how they go in, and again the same style of box, which is actually really nice to use with little finger holds. And let's pull one of these out and have a look, because this is the one that people complain about the most, actually. And again, I just cannot see it. I mean, what are you complaining about? They are beautiful. Maybe someone's got like a bad batch or something, but I mean, they're not, like I said, they're not Forge World quality, obviously, but they're certainly right up there with most plastic miniatures I see, and for a board game, that means they're a hell of a lot better than most. I mean, that's cool. Look at the details. Look at the warts on its leg right here. They would come out in the striations and the wrappings around his leg. They would come out beautifully with a good paint job. Or actually, to be honest, I think these would paint up really well, however good a painter you are, because they've got good definition. They're clear. Look at the fur. The fur is good. is enough. It's not too much. Sometimes too much detail in a miniature can make it very difficult to paint. I find that sometimes. But these, they've got just enough. They've got some good definition. It certainly isn't too little, and it doesn't seem to be too much either. I think they paint up very, very nicely. I might very well try and do them. So there we are. Those are the mounted heroes. Let's have a look at this Pegasus. He is looking through a spyglass. It's got him his sleeping bag on the back. Always useful. Yeah, as I said, absolute nonsense. Anyone complaining about these? They are brilliant. Right, I'm going to put that away. We have one more box. I'm not going to bother with the card with the premium board game sleeves because hey, they're sleeves. So we've got one more box and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, the final box that we're going to go through is the Red Death, and again, this is probably my second favourite box art after Tainted Grail, the stretch goals. It's just lovely and minimalistic. I do like simple things. Simple things in life, eh? So let's have a look inside this box. What do we have? I heard some complaints that there's a lot of wasted space in here, so let's see. So we've got the exploration journal. We have some instructions and some text. The Last Night, the Age of Legends, and the Fall of Avalon. We have Red Death save sheet, and then in here another few miniatures. We have some more cards here, some ancient items. We have miasma card and some more locations. Now what I believe happens is that these actually, so you can have the same location number and it changes what the location does. So something happens and then card number 20 is no longer good, now it's really, really dangerous and that sort of thing. Got some more encounter cards and then we've got 3 more miniatures. Let's have a quick look at those. Wow, look at that. This dude has like a crab coming out of his shoulder. Got a little bit of a bent spear, which I can probably fix with a bit of hot water. That's the first thing I've seen in all the miniatures where it's even slightly not perfect. So there we are. That would be a lot of fun to paint up, particularly with the crab, because you can do the rest of him very much drab and what have you, and then the crab is going to be orange and white and yellow and really, really vibrant. That would look really, really cool. Got some fat dude here, the club. And last but not least, we have something very odd. Got some feet down here. We've got some more feet over here. Got a hand here, a hand here, a hand here, a head. Yeah, that's very odd. That's some kind of mutant creature thing, isn't it? So there we are. That's our miniatures from the Red Death. Cool. I must admit, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I don't know when I'm going to get time to play this, but I am also very impressed with the quality of everything that I have looked at so far. The only problem I've found is this guy here. His spear is very slightly bent. It wouldn't even bother me on the table, but it can be fixed probably with some hot water or with a hairdryer and wouldn't be an issue at all. So that's what the all-in does. We do also have the mats, but I'm not going to get that out at this stage just because I want to make sure I've got somewhere safe to keep it, and at the moment I'm in the middle of tidying and therefore I don't want it to get damaged, so I'll pull that out and you will see that when I'm playing the game. I am probably going to do a solo campaign of this when I get time, and I will film that and that will be on the channel. But that's a brief unboxing which has taken a long time, very, very quick unboxing, and we'll dive into detail as we play and over the coming years probably, because this is not going to happen anytime soon, and it's not something which I expect to get bored of anytime soon. I think this is going to give me years and years of fun. So let's I'll pack this up and then I'll wrap the video up. Well, there we are. What an incredible game that looks like. What an incredible pile of components. The miniatures look fantastic. As I've said, I only managed to find one miniature with any slight bend or problem. Nothing else looked like it had any issues. There were a couple of mould lines, but other than that, everything looked fantastic. And there is so much there. I'm I said in the last clip, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm going to need to spend some time looking at this. Going to need to get some games in before I do anything else on the channel, I think, just to get my head around what's going on so I'm not talking rubbish. Because much as I do talk rubbish, I don't like to, and I try to avoid it. So yeah, I'm just blown away. It's taken a while to get to me. I did go for the single wave shipping because I actually only completed the Pledge Manager when it reopened in between wave 1 and 2. And so this is why it's so late to get to me. And yeah, I almost wish that I had pulled the trigger straight away and then I could have had the base game for months, and I've been playing with it for months. Not that I've had any time to play any games, but anyway, that's by the by. Have you got Tainted Grail? Have you played it? Do you like it? Have you found problems with the miniatures? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And I always do reply to all those comments. And yeah, I'd love to hear your experiences of your games and any suggestions and gotchas and anything you can say that I should look out for. Please do pop them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you for subscribing and watching my videos. It's just amazing to me. I love it. And I will close off by saying, as I always do, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.